Welcome back to the Alboe Show. We are finishing up the second DLC of Rise of the Golden Idol. I am in the Blaze of Glory, the final chapter here of the 5. And I slept on it, so maybe I had some time to sort of process everything that's going on. We gotta figure out this. And some of this, we need to go back to some of the older chapters to dig into details of what's going on. Okay. So, I know who was left to die. Koi and Ori. Alright, so the basic recap is... This will be good for me. Alright, we'll start with Royal Blood. Right. Yes. This happened after. So chronologically, this is the latest event. He got stabbed. Why did the first Sentinel, as I know him, who's standing right here, there he is, that's Gemma Petrie, goodbye, off we go, driver. Why did he kill the king? That I am not sure. So, what do we know about the first Sentinel? First Sentinel killed him with a dagger. He ended his speech and he left. But his motivation, I don't know. So, this would be the earliest, right? He died. The brother killed him. Poisoned, paste. And he was the first Sentinel before, so now there's two first Sentinels between these two. The main character we're trying to figure out, who's murdered the king, he's not in the story yet. I don't know if the king has anything to do with these people. They don't talk about His Holiness, His Highness too much. Alright. So in the next chapter, yes, he has his house, and he's talking about him. Our comrade has sadly left for Ori's camp. Never struck me as the type. Now, the comrade he's talking about is this guy here, who was a servant of the father, and his name is Gresto Nosy. So Gresto Nosy quit. He learned that he's doing the whole forklift cheating thing. He has an inhaler. But he didn't leave for camp. He was murdered. Being so perceptive, I expect you already know that our comrade has sadly left for Ori's camp. Never struck me as the type. That's the piece of paper he took from him. The woman he's meeting is Nina Lavelle. Fears appearing foolish, easy to manipulate through validation. Being so perceptive, I expect you already know, so he's playing into that, manipulating her into thinking that the friend left when really he was murdered. He was gassed with the CO2. Okay. Now, I need to find him talking about... Right, so here is the one that eventually becomes king. You will need this when you get there. Dispose of this note once you're done. What is this? This... I don't get. Dark secret. Will this reoccurring nightmare never cease? My father's specter entered my room when darkness fell. He lifted his fingers to his lips and whispered, "You will pay for what you did to me. A life for a life." What do I know about him? They talked about him. Once this is done, I can finally rest. He's burying the body. Alright, it's not the construction guys I need to think about. Yeah, they all got their names. We learned a bit about them. Alright, is there anything written about his friend? I think he talks about him at one point. Nothing about the new monuments. And I don't know where that guy is in this scene. He's operating the forklift. That's what's going on. He's inside here operating a forklift. So we gave him money and he took it, and then they went for lunch, leftovers in the foil salon. Right, and she thinks the idol is real and she values it later on. I really thought there was talk about his assistant in this. Alright. That's the diary. You will pay for what you did to me. A life for a life. We're in the garage. There's the double doors. There's a doorway over here. It's telling me, and this is the back of this place, and the tire marks. Yep. Revelation? Okay. Are these characters, do I know? These people? These are strangers. These are children who are... Then at the waterfall, there's a little passageway behind it. Are things already buried here? Yes, Blessed One, I've heard your words and recorded them faithfully. Because the timeline we learned in Blaze of Glory might put the new first sentinel, the assassin, him. Everything is correct. So the murder happens, there's the cinema. Koi wants to do miracles. Then he buries the guy. Ori has the revelation. Now if I go to the burying, this is happening before Ori's revelation. So I'm thinking he discovers something glowing in these caves, or he's behind the waterfall giving commands, and that was the original temple that the waterfall saved. Alright, now this key, the Crescent Moon key, what is that for? Koi really has a sick mind, choosing this of all places. So he's finding something in the waterfall. Okay. Alright, so he was able to access the waterfall because Koi gave him the code so that Gresto Nosey's body could be buried there. That's exactly what I'm looking at here. Jamie Pira wanted to kill Koi and Ori because together they had ordered that his parents be executed. When did we learn? Alright, these are the parents? The magicians? How dare they doubt the waterfall? I'm reporting them to King Lutri's personal guards. Hello, darling. Give my love to the family. Okay, so he has glasses like his father and a nose like his mother. Inherited strong features. That's the nose. That's the mother's nose right there. Alright. What a handsome young man my grandson has become. Right, so that we know they have a child. How lucky he is to have inherited such a strong set of features from you and Shasti. Right, and there was something else about the murder of those magicians in a newspaper or something? Execution of it? I don't think this is what I'm looking for. Monuments, the books. No, this is all... Yeah. Now, it wouldn't be in royal blood because the execution happened a long time ago. I don't think I'm going to find marks or anything in their pockets relating to that. Pretty sure that was mentioned later on. But according to the timeline, it happened after. So it must be here. Some newspaper on the desk. No. Why is V missing? V. Encyclopedia about V. That's what I'm looking for. Jamati Pira. Jamati Pira. Reliable ever since he showed up. But proved his loyalty and worth that day when he... Not too bright but useful servant. Does as told us. Pira. I thought I saw something about those people getting murdered. Yeah, not in here. I don't know where that info was. Right. Okay. Trial by ordeal. Brothers' correspondence. Right, by the date given to me by the waterfall. Jamati Pira, the new leader. So he's claiming he just emerged from the fire. Okay. Search the participants, shackle them. Return the keys to the Master of Ceremonies. There's the third key. Quessa, the mother, and Tessa ensured all exits were locked, as well as blocked by at least one follower from each camp. King's soldiers also assumed. Handed out Molotov. Thrown through every window in unison. The fire raged and Dan died down. Victor declared as, yeah, okay. Because they had ordered that his parents one was called Shasti. Let's go to the cinema here. Where did I read about the magicians being murdered? Oh, it's out here. Okay. Blasphemers brought to justice. Paramagicians who spread Shasti and Daninzi. Alright, who spread lies about the waterfall but executed on new blasphemy laws. Were overheard questioning the veracity. Yep. The ruling and sentence were given by His Majesty, with guidance from his spiritual advisors for his sentinels. Okay. So, back to glory. Danzi and Shasti. Okay, he gave him the code later and he spoke to Ori from behind the waterfall, ordering him to hold a trial by ordeal. Before he locked himself in the bunker, leaving them to die. All of this to be appointed first sentinel, giving him access to the king. Lutri. Ta-da! That makes sense. So many of the little turn of phrases they use. You go over it once, you're like, that's a weird way to put things. That little note. What he inherited such distinguished features. That got me to look at the nose. After it all made sense. Okay, you have solved the scenario. After his parents' execution, Jamati Pira sought revenge against King Lutri Manzek and his first two sentinels, Ori and Koi Nagasi. He joined Koi's following with the aim of obtaining intelligence and access. Before long, he had gained Koi's trust by using his knowledge of magic to devise ways for Koi to perform miracles. From there, he bided his time and used his proximity to Koi to uncover more useful information. After Kor gave Jamati access to the waterfall, Jamati spotted the cave behind it. Seeing an opportunity, he formulated his plan. To the airfield, Anya. Goodbye, Lemurian. I'll never forget you. Meanwhile, in Albion, look what I found over here, Oriel. The golden idol! Now turn it over. What? Why? Made in Lanka. Oh. A pack of peanuts, please, barkeep. Wait, so she knew Oriel... Yeah. The golden idol. Alright. DLC 2 finished. I'm looking forward to the next one. It's been a couple months since the last DLC, so hopefully we get it before the end of summer. Nah, maybe September, October. We'll see. Looking forward to it. Rock on. Have a good evening.